Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Sister Show. I am your host, Deborah Mills, coming to you live from my bedroom again. And I'm here to talk about a question that perhaps people want to know the answer to if they care, but it's a story of every black woman. So we know it, but maybe, you know, people might care to know it for themselves. And the topic is, why is a black woman angry? Why is the black woman always angry? Always angry. Why is she angry? That's the best way to answer that question. Whatever. Phrase the question. And we all have our different stories, black women, but it all boils down to the same thing. We are the most disrespected people in society. And the disrespect, obviously, the big elephant in the room comes from white people. White people, they think they're better than us because their skin is fairer, but sometimes the intelligence isn't there. We are human beings just like them. But I feel like they want to put the situation of slavery behind because it's in the past. But then it's not really in the past. It's just taken a new form. And they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. That's what's getting us, as black people, that's what's getting us angry. But black people, from white to black, there's a discrimination that's very prevalent. Whether they want to deny it in the United States or in the United Kingdom, it is there, okay? But the UK are so fucking sneaky that you can't prove it, but you can see it, you can feel it, you know it's there, but oh wow, they're sneaky. But why is a black woman angry? So the racism comes from white people to black people. But sadly, it's true. It comes within the same black community. It comes from black people, from men to women, and from other women to women too. I mean, let's not lie to ourselves here. Why is a black woman always angry? We are the most disrespected. I mean, if you think about it, we have two factors against us. Black people have been stepped on for hundreds of years and still being stepped on. And then I don't think it was that long ago that women got their independence. Like, you know, women were out there parading in the street, the suffragettes and everything. I don't know the date, but it wasn't that far back. So we are black, we are fighting one war, and then we're women, another war. So we are two in one. And sadly, because of the slavery and everything and the racism and discrimination that's out there, people are conditioned to ignore us. They're conditioned. I mean, I'll say we're black women as a whole. But then if they had to choose between, you know, a light skin and a dark skin, they're obviously going to choose a light skin. I mean, let's not fool ourselves here. All these companies like the Fashion Novas and everything, they only choose light skin girl. If you you can find dark skins, but it's that one out of the 200s of models that they have for their site. It's just one. And it's only because people are talking about inclusivity. But if not, they would have stuck with light skin. In fact, it's like they would have been like Victoria's Secret, white or light skin, pretty thin girls. But a black woman has curves. So anyway, yeah, we're dealing with, you know, the racism comes from not just from white people to black people, but it also comes within the black community as well. So we're fighting two fights. I don't know how many fights we're fighting, but we're making it every day. So what I'm trying to say is, because people are conditioned to ignore us, there are certain, we get deprived of the promotions, deprived of the dignity of respect as a human being. We don't get respected or, you know, treated with the same integrity that they will treat a white woman or or a white man. Think about that, you know, and because of that, you know, we get deprived of certain things, and that sort of deprivation and that sort of neglect, it manifests itself in a variation of ways. So it's not just about the promotion, but it's about healthcare too. You know, I think I saw somewhere on the internet one time about, you know, women, black women who, I can't remember the name of the article. I should have got it, and I don't think I would even found it because I don't know what to look for. I can't remember the name of the title. But when it comes to, healthcare, we are the ones that will be, that they will try to push us to the back of the line, push us to the back of the queue, make us wait longer. So it manifests itself in a variation of ways, the promotion and the healthcare and other bunch of stuff as well. But whatever issue it is, because of deprivation, whatever issue it is that we are facing at that point in time doesn't go away by ignoring it, because our lives are inconvenienced by whatever issue it is on a daily basis. So we have to speak up about it. And we go to whoever it is we could speak to, whether it's the manager, who's a white man who really doesn't care, or whether it's the doctor, who's also a white man who also doesn't care. And those are the only people you have to go to. So they ignore it. They push you back in line. You have something very serious going on in your body and they tell you to go and take paracetamol. It hasn't happened to me because I haven't, thank God I've had good health. I haven't gone to the doctors or anything. But it happens. It'll be very selfish and naive of me to say because it hasn't happened to me, it doesn't happen. So we go to the people who are supposed to help us, who are supposed to solve these problems, regardless of your race or your gender or whatever. But then because it's a black woman, whether they want to articulate it or not, because I told you in the UK they are so fucking sneaky. whether it's spoken or not, they really just want to disrespect us as black people. They hate it. They hate our skin. They hate our afro. Something about us just triggers them, and then they put it to the back of the line, they dismiss it, they gaslight, they invalidate, they do whatever it is that they do. So whatever the issue is that we're talking about it goes unsolved or unpunished if it's the matter of justice, because they don't feel that we are the people who are worth fighting for, we are worth giving the decency of respect to. And because that problem doesn't get solved, we have to keep speaking louder, because the problem doesn't go away by ignoring it. We are still facing it. Just because you don't want to acknowledge it doesn't mean it's not there. So we keep speaking and we keep speaking and we keep speaking. And they just keep ignoring. They just keep ignoring until you make yourself heard. And then it's like, why are you so angry? Whew. Oh my God. I don't know. One thing I have been told was that I looked angry when I was actually sad. The people who said that at that time were a bunch of good-for-nothing teenagers. I won't even say they were my friends. They're not even worth mentioning, but, they're just, they all kept saying I looked angry. When I wasn't actually angry, I was sad, but my face was neutral. So perhaps maybe because of all these people especially these guys, these people who like to say who like to go for, let me not even go there. They're just, maybe I remind them of their mothers or something like that, because we're everywhere. We're everywhere, and all these people who like to make it seem like, light skins are better, or they like white women, or all their mothers are dark black women. Okay, so it's like, perhaps I reminded them of their mother. So maybe something about my face triggered. I wasn't angry, because one time they even took a picture of me to show me and be like, oh, you look angry. And I know my emotions. I know my face when I get angry. I wasn't angry. I was just minding my business, scrolling through my phone. So people are conditioned to see us, and they're conditioned to ignore us, and the problem doesn't go away. So we speak louder, and we speak until we're heard. And then when it's now getting to a point where they can no longer ignore it, then it's kind of like they still don't want to deal with it. So it's kind of like they just try to look for ways to push you back. Say, why are you so angry? Calm down. It's like, no, because this problem isn't solved and doesn't go away by you ignoring me. So I need this issue to be solved. And they still don't. So we keep speaking and we keep speaking, because we are the ones dealing with the inconvenience. We are on the wrong end of the spectrum. They are the ones that could potentially help us if they decided to do their jobs, So that's the simplest explanation I can give. Because like I said, it's health there, it's the promotion, domestic violence, the society really doesn't care about us, but we're not gonna you cannot crush a black woman's spirit. You can't crush it. If you meet a black woman who's a pushover, so I mean, how do I say it? I think I'm just about to go against myself right now. If you meet a black woman who's a pushover, if someone has crushed her spirit, it is not within us to just allow ourselves for consciously, fearlessly, to be stepped on or to be disrespected. You know, we are the ones that will speak up and say, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. I suggest you find a better way to articulate what you're trying to say, because I'm not the person you're talking to like that. You know, that type of thing. And depending on the situation you're in, it comes with repercussions. If it's in a domestic violence case, you get abused and beaten like my brother did to me. And then you get my dad, who didn't do anything about it because he's practically, he didn't admit to this, but I can't think of any reason why a father who loves his daughter will be passive about her being hit or beaten. You know, it's not something that you are passive about if you claim to love someone, you know. So I don't know what his deal was. But yeah, so when we speak up, and when we speak up until the point where, you know, they can no longer ignore us, they still don't want to deal with whatever it is because they just don't feel we are worth attending to, we are worth even listening to. So they just say, why are you so angry? And whenever you hold people accountable to something, or you I don't know, I'll just say hold people accountable to something, and they still don't want to take accountability for it, then the next thing will be to push it back on you. Why are you so angry? Why are you so pushy? What is your problem? Why are you so difficult? Why are you so hard to deal with? And because of the fact of the way they see us, they expect us to be pushovers. But I told you, it's not in our nature. Because of the way the society sees me, they expect me to be a pushover until they find out that I'm not. Then there's like, oh, she's hard to deal with, she's difficult. And obviously, like I said, people want to believe it, so they just gobble up those words. Yes, she's difficult, she's hard to deal with. And if you looked into the facts of the matter, if you looked to what happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, you find out that it had nothing to do with me, it's them. But then because people so badly want to believe that the black woman is so hard to deal with, difficult, angry, all of that, people just gobble up the words without the blink of an eye. So because they don't believe that we are worth attending to, we are worth respecting, we deserve the promotion, that in their eyes, we're just literal shit. You know? So when they talk to us in a specific way, or respond to us, or react to us, or interact with us in a specific way that no other human being will accept because it's just downright disrespectful, and we actually have the audacity to speak up, how dare you? It's not said, it's like, how dare you? Why are you being difficult? Why are you not allowing me to speak to you the way I want to speak to you? I do not want to make adjustments for you because you do not deserve it. Is what they really want to say. But depending on the environment, they can never say that to your face. But it's underlined. And the UK is racist. The United Kingdom is racist. Okay? They might want to lie to themselves and make it seem like it's solved, because it's not as bad as America in terms of the killing. I believe police brutality does, because we got the bunch of geezers at 50, 60 years old, police officers, they exist out there. I haven't seen it, police brutality, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I haven't seen it and I haven't experienced it, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Because the only reason why in America, that reckless country, we might as well call it for what it is, because if a judge can prosecute, if a judge can pass a judgment on a black and a white person who did the exact same thing, whether they're both first-time offenders or repeat offenders, the exact same thing, and have a completely different judgment every time for the black person, and it's a consistent pattern. Come on, you can't really be that ignorant to say that there isn't a problem there. So yes, America is a reckless country. And if they really want to come against this statement, then they have to address all these problems, all these people who you have dealt with unjustly. Answer all those people first before you come and start attacking someone because of a statement. That's true. I mean, anyway, what was I saying? Crap, I forgot what I was saying. But I'll just keep talking anyway. It might come back to me. So the UK is still a very racist country. You know, it's still very racist. It's just that their racism is very minute. It is very minute. You can hardly see it. No, you can see it. You can't see it. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's the UK. The UK is racist. Like, imagine the audacity they had to write that race report. I don't know whether it was last year or a few months back, making it seem like people should look to Britain as a model country. The nerve they have to write that. If you go into literally every environment, okay, the amount of whitewashing you see, white people in management, white people in supervisors, white people who is whitewashed. You will probably find a black person here and there just so that they can say, look, we're diverse. That's what you'll find. You probably find a black person here and there to say, okay, we're diverse. Which might seem like a step in the right direction. But then when you go into such an environment, if you were to put yourselves in the shoes of that black person, you will find a ton of microaggressions that you can't prove. Because how is it that whenever I come to you for something, you ignore me and you put it to the side, but whenever this white woman or this white man comes to you, you solve it immediately? You know, why is it that you speak to me in a particular way, but then when you speak to them, you talk to them like they're human beings with respect? Why is it that you make adjustments for them, but you don't make adjustments for me? So it's not in ways that you can prove, because microaggressions, and like I said, they are so good at hiding it that they use professional lingo, you know, to hide it. Like, well, unfortunately, this person has a bit more experience than you. You know, we are very familiar with her skills and experience, so she does feel like quite a good fit for the position or the role or whatever. They use professional lingo to hide it. But maybe you can say it's one environment. Once you've been in a variation of different environments or industries, and you see more or less the same patterns, all right, then it's not that company's problem. It's the entire country. And I don't think that mentioning the industries are important, because I don't think there's an industry there that can come up boldly and say that, yes, we do need white people only in charge. So, but we need jobs. We have to work. So we put up with all this disrespect because of course the solution is you might as well leave, because that's what one of the professional lingo words they love to say, make it seem like, well, if this is the right job for you, you know, we could help you get another job that's more suitable for you. But then when you go into the next job and doing the exact same thing, should you now be homeless and broke for the sake of being defiant against the system? We feel like we have no choice but to deal with it. I'm gonna change that, because the United Kingdom, that's why I'm not even surprised. I am not surprised by how the UK reacted to Meghan Markle. You know, I'm not surprised. It's expected, because she's a black woman. I do actually want to know who asked about the skin color. Why are they hiding it? Let's know. It won't come as a surprise to us, because we are very aware of the racism that's in this country. But why shouldn't we obviously you don't have to tell us, but I want to know who asked about how dark the skin colors are going to be. The fact that happened in the royal family, who this country looks up to, that's the head. So it's only right to assume that the rest of the body is toxic, the rest of the country is toxic. I remember once, there's some cities in the UK that are actually racist. I don't know all of them. But at the time when I was like a delivery driver, when I was delivering for Amazon, for one of the companies that deliver for Amazon, and a few times, I've gotten looks from white men, because I guess it looked odd for a black woman to be a delivery driver. So they will look at me, then look at the car, like trying to say, like, I feel like that look says, I feel like you do something dodgy, I've taken notes. You know, it's kind of, you know, when you see someone do something dodgy, like, I mean, well, you assume they're doing something dodgy. You look at them, you look at, I've noticed you and I've noticed the car too. Oh my God. But yes, Britain's a racist country. So this is not just my story. This is several women's story. But a lot of people, they have so much riding. They have so much, they have responsibilities. They have their children to worry about. They have mortgages. They have bills. So they have to deal with it. But Britain needs to check itself. And where do you think the solution to that is? Like, if this is indeed confirmed, although I don't need confirmation because I know it's there, I see it. But what will be the solution to this? I can't even tell you. That's the thing. I can't even tell you. How can you say to someone, see me as a human being worth respecting? You can't change them with a I mean, maybe you could, but you can't expect them to change from a conversation. You know, I believe it's the policies. There's so much power in the managers at the bottom level, like not even close to regional, or even no, maybe they are close to regional. Like there's so much power at the discretion of managers and supervisors that if they wanted to come against us, they could, because white people believe white people. Is their word against ours. You know, like I said, why is it that you make adjustments for that person? It's not things that you can prove. That's why it's not easy to find a solution. There's no ABC, but it's not easy. Like sometimes, even when I do interviews, I always think, okay, I need to put my best foot forward, you know. Not that makeup makes you get the job, but, you know, just all in the process, all adds up to putting your best foot forward. And I'm like, I can't be asked anymore. If you're not going to give me the job because you're racist, then it's going to happen whether I wear makeup or not. So I'm just going to go barefaced to the interview with my afro. If you accept me for who I am, good. But if you don't, I can't kill myself, honestly speaking. Because what else can you do? What else can you literally do? But yeah, that's why the black woman is always angry. We are the most disrespected people in the society. The disrespect comes from, you know, white people to black people, and black people to black people too. We are fighting two wars. We are fighting them white against black war, and we're fighting the man against woman, because women, the suffragettes and the whole movement and everything. I don't know if it's been 100 years since we've actually gotten our rights to vote or be a woman, own land, whatever. So we're fighting two things, and because people see us as, they don't see us as people who deserve respect, then so many issues pertaining to our lives, whether it's our health or promotion or career or whatever, it gets dismissed because we're not people that they see as someone worth fighting for. But then ignoring the problem or dismissing it doesn't make it go away. So we speak until we're heard, and then they say we're angry because they still don't want to take responsibility for whatever it is that we're talking about. They still don't want to solve the problem, but then we have to keep speaking, so they say we're angry. So this is the easiest way I can summarize it, because the disrespect, it manifests itself in a variation of ways. There's violence, there's healthcare, and also, but those are just the ones I know. Every woman has a unique story, but no one really cares about us. So that's why they keep saying black woman's angry, because we advocate until the problem is solved, and we actually do get it solved. But then because they know that they can't ignore us, it's very easy to say she's such an angry black woman and all of that bullshit. But honestly, I don't know what the solution is, because the UK is so white people are still racist. America is still racist. The UK is still racist, but they're hiding it more. You know, they're like when you see like two frat brothers and one goes drinking and is reckless and everything, and then you see one that's well put together, you know, still is reckless but hides it, puts up a presentation for everyone. That's the UK. Yeah, just as reckless, just as racist, but puts up America isn't even trying to hide. The police can hold guns. They're killing them in broad daylight. If the protest didn't even happen for George Floyd, there would have been no justice. I don't think there would have been any justice if those protests didn't happen. I mean, why would the American justice system see something like that? Like, why did the protest have to happen? Because that's not the first. That was not even the last. That is not even the only one that could have happened that day. It has happened hundreds and hundreds and thousands of times a year. Like, why does a protest have to change that? Don't they see the problem themselves? Like, you can't deny it. If someone, if you know, I mean, if the protest didn't happen, I don't think he would have gotten the justice that he deserved. When the officer put his neck, killed him, he wasn't even resisting, you know? So, I don't know how to summarize this video because it is not exhaustive. After this video, I am still living my life in this world. I am still going out and encountering racist people. But then I don't care what you call me. And like I said, should I say the racism and discrimination because it comes from black people to black people. They see me as difficult because I don't allow them to talk to me the way they want to talk to me or disrespect me the way they want to disrespect me, because I don't go out of my way to make life difficult for people. I don't say I want something that you have and make a fuss about it. It's kind of like when you come to me, there's certain things I don't accept. That's where the problem lies. They don't want to deal with the boundary. It's not like I go out of my way to look for trouble with people, but no one's ever going to look into the facts of the matter because they don't really care. But anyway, I don't know how to end this video because it's not exhaustive. It's honestly not exhaustive. I'm still going to go out into the world and I'm still going to have new experiences. I'm looking to change it. Perhaps I can give a white person a different experience. Maybe they'll know this time they don't disrespect a black woman. I don't know. But I'm still going to go out into this world and I'll probably have, I'm not going to speak it into existence, but you have new experiences every day, new realizations every day, and I'll probably have something new to say. And just rhymed. So that's all I have to say for now of why the black woman is always angry. Be kind to a black woman today.